Want your kids to have a different kind of workshop which mixes fun and education all at the same time? Well, stretch their imaginations a little bit and bring out the engineer in them through this workshop involving air and spacecraft. To tell us more about the Aerospace Engineering program, we have in the studio Miss Mikkie Regalado, who is a teacher, one of the pretty ones, at the Engineering for Kids PH. Good morning, Mikkie.
Good morning, Hillary.
Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me too.
So we're talking aerospace engineering. This sounds incredibly complicated, but you teach this to kids ages 4 to 14. Tell me how you do this.
Yeah, when you hear the word engineering, it's complicated, right?
Yeah.
And when you hear the word aerospace, the more the kids like, okay, I don't know how to spell that. I don't know how to
I can't imagine
even
they
pronounce
do.
it or what it talks about. But actually, it's very easy because every kid is a natural born engineer. Every kid, once they see something at home, they get to tinker with things, and they get to, after 5 minutes, you leave them there, and then you go back and you see, oh, he or she built something.
Right, they're very
curious.
curious.
So that's the reason why, they're very curious. They get to think, they get to create and build something from scratch, and that's the reason why Engineering for Kids made this program and made it easier for kids to go about technology and to go about engineering. And you mentioned aerospace.
Yes.
Talk about aerospace, which means just anything that involves the space.
Right.
So airplanes, parachutes, and blimps,
Rocket
and
ships,
rocket ships.
and all those things.
Yes, and Engineering for Kids, we tailor fit it to the kids and how to build these objects from scratch. But
with ordinary material as well?
Materials, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So let's talk about the importance of teaching them about aerospace engineering. A lot of times we try to save these topics for bigger kids, but then you open this program to toddlers even from as young as 4 years old. Now, how do you find teaching them the importance of this?
Oh, well, engineering per se, because aside from aerospace, we have different programs like chemical engineering and electrical engineering, marine engineering, and all that. The importance of it is because at this day and age, we have technology, and it's evolving, and you can't stop that. And kids at the age of 4 tinkers with an iPad.
Yeah, that is a little disconcerting, actually.
An Xbox, right?
Yeah, they need to be more tactile.
That's right, and it's a concern for parents.
Sure, I'm a parent. That's a concern for me.
Yeah, so like, okay, my kid is not reading a book, but he's tinkering with an iPad and just playing a game and wasting time. And that's why, as a school at Engineering for Kids, we made these programs available for kids at ages 14 to 14 years old, so that they'll learn how technology can be an advantage, not just a slave to technology.
Sure, I get that. I like that, actually. But I am also curious about this contraption we have on the table. If we could just flash that right now. We have this super cool looking contraption. Can you tell me more about this?
Okay, this is a straw rocket launcher.
A straw rocket launcher.
This
it looks complicated.
Okay, this is the machine just made for EFK, Engineering for Kids, and it's called a straw rocket launcher. It has air pressure, so and this is the straw that we're gonna allow the kids to make and build their own rocket. Of course, we can't let them build the big ones.
You gotta be
just
safe
a small
about
one.
this.
But they'll learn something. They'll learn something important, which is the projectile motions and all that, and how the fins and the head of the rocket affects the flight.
Right, and the direction.
So science, technology, engineering, and math, physics, everything, all the subjects that they learn in school, we get to apply it in one day, in one session. So can I do a sample?
Sure, please do.
So for example, the kid used clay to mold it.
This is clay. Okay, that is
to mold it as the head of the rocket, and this is the body, which is a straw.
A straw.
And they designed their own fins.
Paper just tape,
and tape. Maybe they can make a triangle or a circle, depending on what they can think of and manipulate with. And then they put it in our straw rocket launcher. And let's say, for example, they already built
We're gonna need to zoom out on this one. There you go. This is safe, right? We're not gonna take out any eyes here.
Yes.
We haven't made anyone sign waivers yet.
That's right. So let's say, for example, the teacher wants to test the rocket that a kid made at a 60-degree angle or 75-degree angle with an amount of air pressure at 18.
Okay.
So when I drop this, we will test how far the rocket's gonna fly.
At that air pressure.
With the air pressure. So I'm gonna drop this down. And you
okay.
So maybe if the clay is too heavy or it's molded at a big circle.
It creates drag.
It creates drag, that's right. You've mentioned drag, and that's what we teach also at EFK. So it depends on the amount of clay that they put or how big the fins are or how wide. And the weight also that they put in the rocket determines how far or how slow or how heavy
high,
or how high.
I like that these are practical ways of explaining to them concepts such as like physics, as you mentioned.
Right.
Do you find that children who are younger are able to understand this as well as older kids?
Yes, they get to understand, and it's amazing as a teacher because me, for myself, learning science and math, oh my gosh, it's stressful.
Right.
But getting these things and these programs available for kids and learning this at a young age with the basic process, because we just don't let kids build. We actually teach them critical thinking skills. They get to learn that. They get to learn problem solving skills. They get to measure using a ruler on how many inches and how many centimeters.
And it's a fun way to teach it. It's not like the typical classroom setting where you're sitting down and there's a lecture and it's boring and they tune out.
Write down notes and all
I
that.
can imagine they must ask you a ton of questions. Children love to ask questions.
Yes.
And do you find that projects like this help develop their critical thinking as well and help them
a lot
question
of
things?
critical thinking skills.
Right. So, so this begins July 19th.
Well, we actually have begun.
Oh, you have
this year, and just to mention, it's the first in Asia.
Amazing.
Engineering for Kids is brought here in the Philippines, first in Asia. We started this year, and our goal is to partner with different schools.
Right.
And bring the program there. It's an after-school program where the kids can enroll.
I see we flashed the schedule there. For juniors aged 4 to 6, the classes for the Aerospace Engineering program are from 1 to 2 p.m. For apprentice, I like that, age 7 to 14. I am far from that age group for my son. That's 2:30 to 4 p.m. And how do they get in touch with you guys?
Okay, we have a number also that could be flashed on screen. I'm gonna also mention it. It's 0917-551-8705.
Great, and you have a Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page, Engineering for Kids PH. We also have Instagram and Twitter, EFKPH.
Wow, I wish we had more time to talk because I'm a bit of a nerd and I like these things that are very interesting, and I might just sign up my little one for this one. Mikkie, thank you so much for coming and joining us this morning. There you have it. That's Miss Mikkie Regalado. She is a teacher at the Engineering for Kids PH.